Jess and I'm here to talk to you about the very important topic of health and safety. We want you to have fun in the river, but we want you to do it safely and not end up down in the Thames. Teachers, before you come out to your sessions, we highly recommend that you do a site visit. This is to make sure that you know the area, you know the safe entry and exit points to the river, and tell the children all of this before they come. Check the weather beforehand, and if severe rain is expected, you should cancel or postpone your session. As you'll find out later from some friends of mine, what happens upriver can have a big effect on what happens downriver, and the river can flood very quickly. Please make sure you all dress appropriately for the weather. This includes sun cream and sun hats, and also a thick pair of socks. Once on site, there are a few things you need to do before entering the river. First of all, we're going to swap your shoes with some giant wellies or waders. Now these will feel very different to your normal shoes, and walking may feel a little bit odd, especially when in the river. It's very important that when wearing these waders you don't run and you take extra special care. Secondly, you'll need a stick. This is to help you test the depth of the water as you walk along the riverbed. However, do not ever solely rely on these sticks, because the riverbed can still be uneven, still have trip hazards, and still have softer and deeper areas. Do not use the stick for any other purpose. So you put your waders on, yeah, not like this, but like this. So you've got your waders and you've got your stick, and we're now ready to enter the water carefully and slowly at the safe entry points. We do not enter the water like this. We enter the water like this, carefully and slowly, and making sure you test the depth at all times. And then you wait for everyone else to get in the river before wandering off. The riverbed can be very uneven and get deep very quickly, so you always use the stick to measure the depth of the water and to test for any soft bits. Walk carefully and try not to splash, and definitely don't run. Remember, don't walk off. Always work together, and make sure you can see an adult at all times. Make sure you stay in your groups and that you're safe. I said don't walk off! When you exit from the river, you have to be really careful as well, especially if you come in and out a lot during your session, because the bank will get more and more slippery as this goes on. Walk out safely and slowly, and remember, don't run, because you might slip and fall. The same goes when you go back in the river. Make sure you don't run or slip and you get in safely. There is very little in the river that can hurt you, but there are a few plants you should be aware of when walking up the river. The first of these are stinging nettles, right here. These will give you a stinging sensation, maybe a bit itchy, and you may see some white bumps in the area that got stung. However, this sensation and the bumps will go and do no lasting damage. You should also be aware of giant hogweed. This is a very nasty plant, and areas where this is seen should be avoided at all costs. If you are unlucky enough to touch it with your bare skin, cover the area immediately and keep out of sunlight for 48 hours. Wash the area with lots of soapy water and seek medical advice. We do our best to remove these plants, but we may miss some. So you finished your session, you're out of the river safely, you swapped your waders for your own shoes, and you're all relaxing. You also now need to make sure you wash your hands before you eat or drink or put your hands anywhere near your mouth. This doesn't mean washing your hands in the river or drinking the river water. One more thing to remember, always check the weather forecast before your session. If heavy rain is forecast or experienced on the day, it would be wise to postpone your session. This is because the banks can become very slippery and the water levels very high. In summary, remember, always do a site visit, always check the weather, wear the right protection on your feet, always enter and exit the river safely, and beware of dangerous plants. Remember, stay safe and have fun!